Welcome to Inside Obstacle News. I'm your host, Dirty Getty, and tonight we have a very special episode featuring American Ninja Warrior hopeful Joel Getty. He's also the host of the super sensational YouTube show Inside Obstacle News, checking out all the latest news, interviews, and training tips for obstacle racing. So tell us about yourself.
Hi Dirty, thanks for having me on the show. My name is Joel Getty. I'm a 34-year-old optometrist from Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, and I've been married to my beautiful wife Jen for almost 12 years now. We have 3 beautiful girls, 3, 6, and 8. And I'm just happy to be on the show, and I'm looking forward to being on Ninja Warrior because I know I can do it.
Where do you live, and why do you love it so much?
I've lived a lot of different places in my life, but right now I live in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. I've been here about 5 years. This is fantastic! We got to get to the chopper! It's a great place to raise a family. It's close to the Appalachian Trail and the Susquehanna River, and there's also all kinds of hiking, biking, running. It's a great place to be active and raise a family. The schools are great, and I really love Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania.
That sounds like a great place. Now, what do you do for fun?
Well, I've got a lot of hobbies. I love to keep active, training outdoors, and one of my big things that I've done for the last 12 years or so is triathlon. But I've just recently gotten into obstacle racing with the big boom of obstacle racing and mud runs. I'm also really interested in martial arts, and I've been watching Sasuke and American Ninja Warrior for years.
Where did you get that nickname, Dirty Getty? Does it come from obstacle racing?
No, actually, I picked up my nickname Dirty from college. One of my friends was sitting on the couch with me, and he looked at me and he said, "You're dirty, Dirty Getty." And it stuck, and all my friends through college called me that. And I haven't been called that in a while, but since I started doing obstacle racing and mud runs, the name came back.
Now tell me a little more about triathlon and sprinting.
So I'm a big fan of track and field, and I grew up doing 100-meter sprints, 200 meters, long jump, triple jump, and high jump. But after college, I started doing triathlons for a long time, and then I decided, hey, you know, endurance isn't really my thing, so I'm going to try and do shorter stuff. So I got back into track and field, and then I invented my own sport called triple sprint. And it's like a triathlon for sprinters. Basically, you swim in the pool for 50 meters, you jump on your bike and do 300 meters, and then you run on a track for 150 meters. So it makes up 500 total meters of sprinting, and I haven't really done a whole lot yet with it, but I think it could be a really fun sport for other people to try out too.
That sounds incredibly exciting. Tell me a little bit more how you train for these athletic events.
Well, I live in central Pennsylvania, which is pretty much Amish country. So I do a lot of workouts outdoors, and I just try to use the terrain. There's a lot of hills around my house, so I do a lot of hill running, and I use nature. I use logs, and I've got some tires that I use.
And who's your biggest fan?
Well, my biggest fan is definitely my kids. They really believe I'm an actual ninja because I've trained in martial arts and I have all kinds of ninja equipment, and I'm always teaching them to do ninja stuff like sneaking around and jumping and running and jumping some more.
That looks awesome. Let's take a look now at how Joel prepares for American Ninja Warrior.
got to get to the chopper.
Joel, some pretty incredible athletes have taken on the American Ninja Warrior course. What makes you think you can win?
I can be the next American Ninja Warrior for one reason, and that's focus. I've been able to focus my mind in incredible ways. So I learned martial arts basically on my own, and when I finally got into an actual dojo, it took me half the time as a normal person to get my black belt because I'd already taught myself everything that I needed to know. Another thing that I did was in college, I took up diving, and from going from zero diving experience, within 3 months, I was able to get second place in my conference. So focus has been a big part of that, and I think that American Ninja Warrior requires a great deal of focus because you see a lot of athletes out there who are amazing and they lose their focus for just a second and they slip up. But what I'm going to do is take all that mental focus and pour it into the course, and you'll see me conquer Mount Midoriyama.
Now Joel, before we say goodbye, is there any other stuff that makes you totally awesome?
This is fantastic. Stuff like that.